We were working for a company called ATG Access, which is a bollard company, which before we went into the business we thought sounded like quite an amusing place to go, but in reality it was a fantastic little business that makes bollards and is expanding rapidly into new markets in America and Europe and the Middle East. And we were asked to go in and look at their organisational structure and how they were going to develop their business based on the skills and competencies that they've got in their existing business. How can they grow effectively without taking on too much new resource? We got the brief about 3 weeks before we went to the company, and so we spent a couple of weeks on email just speaking to each other in the group. There's 4 of us, and we put together a brief and agreed the scope with the client, and then reviewed a lot of the literature that sits around sort of organisational design. We went back and spoke to our own company's HR business partners and got information from them, and planned out a week where we'd do 3 days of interviews and group exercises, have half a day to write up and analyse what we'd found and then present back to the client. And then on the final day of the week we had the morning to prepare the presentation that had a much more academic feel to it, and then presented back in the afternoon to Lancaster. The MD sort of reaction was, yeah, this is fantastic. It sort of gives us the framework to develop and take forwards. I think the feedback that we'd got yesterday from them was really good, really positive. For me, I work for a large organisation, and so going into a small and growing business that's sort of rapidly grown from 30 or 40 people to 75 people in a couple of years was really interesting. It showed that culture and the culture of business can be applied in small companies as well as in large ones. And in fact, there's probably more impact of the person who was working there and the MD who led that culture change. It really demonstrated to me the power of the culture and the leadership in a small organisation that I'd never experienced before. It was very different in terms of being given access to their top management team and sitting down and talking through their issues and how they saw the business developing. It was an excellent experience.